In this video, I'm going to show you how to write your first children's book this weekend with AI. Yeah, hi, my name is Waju, and I'm going to show you exactly how I created my first children's book. I've been meaning to do this for years, and finally, I created it in under 3 hours. And you can create your very first children's book in 1 weekend. All right, now here's a flat out bribe. If you watch this training to the end, I'm going to gift you, I'm going to show you how to get my $147 course, the one book per day course, for absolutely free. And I promise I'm sure to get it. Okay, but the fact is, I've been writing since I was 7. Okay, and no, I wasn't born a writer like that. No, rather I was born with a severe speech defect, a stutter that was so painful. Sometimes I farted to be able to force a sentence, and that's the truth. But life was hell. When you stutter like that, life is really hell for a lot of people, like a lot of us. And I was forced to take up writing as a way to express myself. But relax, guys, I'm not out to sell you any of my courses. I promise I'm not selling you any of my courses. I just want to show you exactly the entire process that I followed using AI to generate my very first children's book in under 5 hours. Now, I'm going to give you this course for free if you stay to the end, okay? So, on one condition, however, when your book is out, I want you to send me a copy of it. Will you do that? It's cheap. You're not paying much. You're only paying for the printing of it. It's about $3. You send me a copy of it. I want to keep a copy of the books of my students. Would you do that for me? Promise? Okay, good. Let's go. So back to my story. I was forced to take writing for a means of communication because it can be really, really frustrating having thoughts raging in your head, bouncing around with no outlet, right? So I jumped at writing. That was the only option I had. By the age of 7, I was writing short stories, really, and I think I became really good at it for my age. I wanted to be the next Enid Blyton, the author of the famous 5 books, right? But there was one little big problem. My dad wanted me to be a doctor. He's a surgeon, and growing up in Africa, it was strict. You didn't really have a choice. He actually threatened to withdraw providing for me if I chose another path in life. And I was hearing that at the age of 13. If you want something else, you have to pay for your own education. But I complied. I got into medical school. Then I flunked out after 2 years, and then I went back to writing again. By this time, however, something was missing, gravely missing. I didn't have the zeal, the drive. I don't know. Something was just. It seemed to me like I had lost the spark for writing fiction, writing stories. And look, I'm only telling you this because I know the daily torture of having a book inside you that you can't get out. And for whatever reason, something you just know you want to write, but you just can't get the book out. For some people, maybe it's work, maybe it's the kids, maybe it's bills swarming around in your head. You can't just think in a straight line any longer. Maybe it's analysis paralysis. Oh my gosh, that really sucks. You got so many ideas, you can't figure out which one to do. It's all so confusing. Or maybe it's your spouse. Maybe your spouse doesn't believe you. You're like that. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't care, or he doesn't care, and you just need someone to believe in you. I know all these struggles. Or maybe it's low self-esteem. Maybe you got bullied so much as a kid, and you don't really believe in yourself anymore, but you still have a desire to write a book. I know all this. I've been there, guys, and I want to tell you something today, okay? Are you ready for it? Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Because today I'm going to show you a secret way to get your first book published in 1 weekend. This weekend, in fact, especially if today is a Friday, okay? So, are you ready? Okay, let's go. Now, let me show you that I know all the little problems stopping people from writing the books. I mean, there's a myriad of problems that people, just they can't find a way around it. For example, now here's the full list of all the problems. I've talked to a lot of people. I've helped people publish books. Like I said, I'm not selling you anything, but I've helped people publish books. I charge a minimum of $1,000 for just consult for them. And these are all the little things that people say stop them. Book ideas, which age range to write for. There's different age ranges to write for. You can't just generalize with children. um, how to insert a lesson into the stories. How to decide which genre. Do you want to write real science? Is it fantasy? Is it adventure like Famous Five, Secret Seven? What do you want to do? Most people just can't decide, and because of that they never write a book. How to turn an existing idea into actual book idea with summaries, or how to take your idea and get catchy titles. Oh my gosh, you see, titles are the absolute worst stopper of it, because they just can't come out with good titles. They come out with weird titles that aren't catchy. And remember, the title is everything. If people don't love the title, they're not going to buy your book, they're not going to read it. Even if they buy it, they're never going to read it. So you want to catch a title, and people don't have that. I'm going to show you a way around that. All these problems, I don't want to list everything, but these are the things that I've heard from people that stop a lot of them from writing their first book, especially children's book. For example, here's a book I've been writing since 2018. It's an adult book, as you can see. It's a book for grown-ups, and I haven't quite finished yet because I go through the same things. But when it comes to children's books, what I've figured out, recently has helped me. Now I publish a children's book every single week, in less than 5 hours for that matter. I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, enough talk. Now let's begin. Of course, the first thing to talk about is how to get a catchy title. I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to step out of this presentation and take you right to my tool that I use, how I use AI to do it. Okay, now let's go. So here's ChatGPT. As you can see here, I've written something here. I told ChatGPT I'm writing a children's book for ages 6 to 9. The intent is to teach them to never stop shining, whether people see and appreciate them or not. What would be a good title for the book? This is what I told ChatGPT. I want you to note exactly how I put this out there. I'm writing a book for a specific age. This is what I want to teach them. What would be a good title for the book? And ChatGPT gave me 3 options. As you can see, this third one I didn't like it. Shine from within, I didn't really like it, so I asked it to regenerate. You can always ask it to regenerate by clicking here. So I said I didn't like it. Then it gave me Shine on Little Star, which is the one I chose, and I eventually made my book Shine Little Star. Also gave me this one, which sounded so weird, Forever Radiance. For 6-year-olds, no, that's not a good title. Okay, now let me get a seat so I can take you more on this closely. Okay, so let's go. All right. Now, so after we got the title, as you can see, we got the title. Then I said, generate a compelling story to this effect. And off she goes. ChatGPT starts typing the long story. But I had a problem with this. Now, keep in mind the difference between a children's book and an adult book. And the beauty of a children's book is you don't need so many words. Maximum of 1,000 words. That's like an article. That's like a blog post, really. So sometimes you could tell ChatGPT the number of words you want, but I didn't use it here. But the problem with this generate a compelling story to this effect, the problem with using this prompt is that it's not coherent, because it says, once upon a time in a small village nestled at the foot of a magnificent mountain, there lived a star named Stella. Excuse me, a star living at the foot of a mountain? That doesn't add up, right? So once I saw that, I knew I couldn't use this. So I went back and then took notes. I expanded the story myself. I used outlines. I was just working from my head. Like I said, I did all this in under 5 hours, okay? 5 hours in a single week. So I said, okay, this is my version of the story, because I didn't like ChatGPT's version. I said, here's my version of the story. I was a little star. I just wrote all these points. They were like actually bullet points in my notepad. I wrote everything in about 40 minutes, just points. And very importantly, I created an ending, how I wanted it to end. Because most people never finish their books because they never even start because they don't know the ending, right? So I put an epilogue there, and now I said, now Rewrite this in a captivating way for children in the voice of C.S. Lewis. If you know, C.S. Lewis is the author, he was the author of the Chronicles of Narnia. It's been made into movies. The Lion and the Wardrobe, fantastic Christian author, and who used his stories to teach a lot of things about life, about God and faith. But now, when I said in the voice of C.S. Lewis, that was a mistake again. Note this so you can skip all these things, right? In the distant realm of the, and she came out with this kind of the words were a bit too big for the age group I was targeting. Sparkling constellations, all that. It was just a bit too blocky, more for like teenagers, so I didn't like it. So I tried again. I didn't really like the text, the context, and everything about the C.S. Lewis version. So I said again, the same prompt, I just edited it and I said, rewrite in a captivating way in the voice of Enid Blyton, author of Famous Five. I love her writing. If I see Famous Five books, I will still read them till date. They're so friendly, eye friendly, mind friendly, So, and off she goes. I ended up generating 7 versions here. I told her to regenerate. And then and then look at the output, is so smooth. Once upon a twinkling night, in the vast expanse of the starry sky, there lived a star named Aya. She sparkled brightly alongside a family of smaller stars. But the thing is, when you generate content with AI, I never use the first one or the second. I usually use the third, because AI, when you regenerate, doesn't just use the prompt. It also uses the past versions and improves on it. So I normally go for the third one, which is what I settled for. Once upon a time, in a twinkling corner of the starry sky, there lived a young star named Aya. And look at the cadence, look at the gentle words, look at the small words with deep meaning. There's nothing grandiose about the writing. Very friendly to the eye and to the mind of a child, and it was just so friendly. And I liked it. So I took it and I made sure it was enough. Then I put it back again. I said, regenerate this story for kids aged 6 to 8. It's important to make sure it's targeted at the age group you're writing for. Okay? So they will enjoy it and want to read from you later. Right? So I put the same thing. I just said, rewrite it. Right? And then she does rewrite it. Once upon a time, in the magical realm of the starry skies, there lived a young star named Aya. She was part of a loving family of stars, but she yearned to be bigger and brighter, just like the famous stars she admired. Aya wondered why her family seemed so small and unnoticed, while others sparkled with fame and glory. This is very friendly to the mind of a child, and it's imaginative, and it captures emotion of a frustrated little girl, right? And that's what we did. Once this was done, I took it and I put it in my Microsoft Word, and I broke it down into pages. The beauty of writing for children is that you have, let's make it 2 pages, right? Multiple pages. Okay, let's make it 2 pages. Oh, no. Okay, 2 pages, right? So for each page, there's an image. Nothing too big for each page, just small text for each page, so it's friendly to the mind of your reader. Remember, you're writing for children. And that's what she did. For images now, what I did to generate these images, I also used AI to generate the images to capture the context of each page. You see, her mother is advising her not to bother about her smallness and all that, and look at the picture, captures it. And I used Bing AI image generator. As you see here, this is a new book I'm working on. I call it Where is My Algae Eater? It's from a real story. My algae eater is missing in my fish tank, and I want to write something about it to educate children about life, So I said, generate. This is the species of my algae eater fish, as I hide among the weeds in a fish tank, cartoon style, and this is what it did. So if you see this one, for example, too, this is, I said, image of a little girl star looking longingly at the stars shining around. Look at it. You see, this captures it. This captures it so much. And that's exactly what, for each page, now, I capture the moment, the emotion. Aya looking at the stars sadly, talking to her mother. Her mother is sad, Aya is sad. And I just capture it, I put it into the image generator and it generates it like that. Her mother sighed. I said, my dear, look at it. It captures it, and look at how she's listening to her mom, undecided whether to believe her or not. Aya couldn't let go of her desire. She was still sad. And this is just how I did it. Now there's a format. There's a format for getting these things. It's in my course, the one book per day. I'm giving it to you for free. Remember, this is Aya when she remained sad and she got sucked into a dark tunnel. It's basically about how depression happens to people when they live for the appreciation of others. So this is it. It captures everything. And she met a dark star who was dark because he became sad for too long and couldn't get back to becoming a bright star again. And that was the lesson of if you stay sad, you will likely stay. And that's how depression happens to most people, right? So this is it. This is how I did it. And this is when she discovered herself and she came back. She began to shine brightly because she learned to be grateful for where she was. And this is it. And that was her new mission forever. Only those who learn to shine unnoticed can carry the light of 1,000,000 stars. This is a book ready and completed, and it's published. I have copies in the house. People are buying it already. It's a great book. And this is how I generated my first book in under 5. Actually, it took me 3 hours to finish all this because I knew what to do. But remember, I made mistakes. That means that you are going to be skipping the mistakes I made. For example, all these parts, you don't need to write in the voice of someone who is boring. Write in the voice of your favorite childhood author that you loved, and she's going to give it out to you, give it to you smooth, like that, It's that beautiful. Now, the reason I made this video is because in the process of doing this, I actually stumbled on something even much more better than all these tools I mentioned. I stumbled on an all-in-one software that lets you generate your books absolutely free. Like, you don't have to pay any freelancer. I charge $1,000 to consult for people on books, whether it's children books or grown-up books. I charge at least $1,000 to consult. But here, this tool is so beautiful. Once you get it, once you start using it, you don't need to pay anybody anything, even down to your covers. I used Canva to design my book cover here. But this tool I'm going to show you generates a cover for you, generates the images for your book, generates the content, the title, the summary at the back, every single thing. Are you ready to see it? This is called the Children Book Generator. Okay, it's a children's book generator. The link to it now, if you at the bottom of this video, there's a link where you can use to get this software. It generates the idea. If you don't have an idea, it helps you generate your idea. If you need an outline, like I had to create my own outline. It took me 40 minutes to create my outline. This one will generate the outline for you. Then it generates the title for you, generate a story for you. If you have your outline ready, you use the outline to create the story. And it's just everything you need, your front cover, your copyright page, your back cover, the illustrations you need. You don't need to use Bing AI any longer. This is a one-stop solution for publishing your first children's book, and as many as you want. I'm committed to publishing one children's book every single week. I mean, just 5 hours. I'll make the time for it, even if I have to cut down on my sleep. 5 hours a week, I'll do it. Some people work 40 hours for nothing. But remember that when you're publishing a book, if you start making you money, it's going to make you money forever, for freaking ever. And that's the beauty of it. So this is a powerful tool. This is the sales page here. The price is going up. Like, they said the price is going up. I bought it for $17. And if I see here, I think it's currently going for what? It's $18.50 right now. Only one more. Oh my gosh, price is going to keep going up, so you want to grab it fast. But let's look at what this book can do for you. Here's a book that was created with it. Everything in this book was created with this tool. Look at it. This is the cover. Design the cover, the title, The copyright page was created. Every single thing here, easy, every single thing here was created with this software I'm showing you. It's amazing what you can do for your children's book stories. So if you want to write your first children's book, you can either follow my method. It's easy, it's tough, but this tool makes everything easier, much more easier for you. What would you choose? And considering that just going for less than $20, I think it's a great tool. The link to get this software is below this video. The link is below this video, so make sure you get it. And if you get it, just send me your receipt. Okay, I'll give you my email below too. Mail me your receipt and I will send you access to my 1 book per day course, another category of books that are selling like hotcakes every day on Amazon. So here it is. Here is the tool. If you here's the software. It gives you everything. Every single problem you can have is solved in this tool. If you get it, you will love it, and you will discover that you're generating your books, finally, your first children's book, and your next and next and next and next. So I urge you to get it. As a congratulations for taking the step to get this software. I'm going to give you my course on 1 book per day, how I actually create 1 book per day in a different category, not children's now. But it also shows you everything else you know about how to publish a book, how to get it out there, how to put it on Amazon, and maybe even Barnes and Nobles. Excuse me. All right, guys. So it's my pleasure giving you this training. I hope you learned something. I hope you're going to take action. And if you think my method is a bit too tedious for you, then you can grab this software. It's going to make everything so much more easier. Everything you need is in here. You don't need Canva. You don't need any of these other tools when you have this software. So go on and click the link below to grab it. Now, before you grab it, hold on. Before you grab it, let's make something very clear. I'm only giving this my free course to people that buy this software through my link. It's my affiliate link. I make it. Oh, it's 1851 already. It's going up, guys. So make sure you get it. Now, before you buy it, make sure you see my name here, YG Nations. Okay, that way I know that you are getting the book, this software through me, and then I will send you access to the course I promised I will send you. Would you like that? Awesome. So here we are, guys. If you go grab it, make sure you grab it through my link, and I will send you my wonderful bonus for taking it. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you again, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Bye.